Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I wanted to make a video before the news kind of dies off. For those that don't know, talking specifically about Google, they have their old issue where it's basically with ads on the YouTube side of the business, where and right now, like I don't have like concrete information on what exactly it is, but it sounds like for the most part, like there was some ads being on a video channel where the content was not not good content, like questionable content, stuff that's against, whatever YouTube and whoever stands for. So they were upset with that. So the people putting up the ads pulled them down, and it actually affected multiple channels, and even a lot of channels that do news through independent media, like on YouTube, like got hit with it because they talk about foreign policy and other things like that. And when they mention like certain things in their video title or their name or the content of the video, they pulled the ad funding from it. So a lot of those guys are getting hit. Um, so I bought more of it because of that, because Google took a hit, and it peaked a while back around 850, I believe, was like the height not that long ago. And after it dipped down, that's when like I first bought it, like this first dip, and it dipped all the way down. And I bought it at first, and then it ran up, and then around here is when that news happened, and then it just started been going down, and I bought in a little bit, and then it came down, and then I bought some more, and more and more with this bad news, it's a good play because if it's a good stock, you invest heavily in it, it's gonna do well. You hope for moments like that, especially if you're long term vested in it. You want to keep adding more and more to your position over time. But of course, after this all blows over, like people are gonna forget about it, move on from it, whatever, and the stock's gonna keep running up. So it's always a good opportunity to get in now. You could trade it, of course, a couple ways. You could do it through the Loyal 3 app, or like I showed you. If you don't have the Loyal 3 app, though, I believe it's been taken down from the App Store, so you would have to go onto their website to download it. I'm sorry, to use the service, and you can still use it that way. Now, it might seem like a more tedious approach, but I mean, you could also go through the website through your phone as well. You just don't have the easy access of an app, is all. But I mean, you buy fractional shares through that service, so I mean, in the long run, it'll save you money, and you could own that stock. It'll trade how it trades, and you make money off it. Like I only own, as you can see on Alphabet, 0.1818 of a share. I don't own even one full share of it, but yeah, I own Alphabet. I own Google because of how it trades. So whenever the fractional share or whenever the normal shares or whatever jump up and down, 10%, whatever, my fractional shares do the exact same thing. So I make decent money off of it. And overall, this app has done pretty good for me. And in terms of returns, I mean, two of my stocks I already have over 10% return in like a month's time or a month and a half time. Like Amazon is up 10% and Unilever is up 20%. And when I got in Amazon, it was prior to it going over some news about being working more into the global economic environment, going to other countries and stuff. So it's aggressively expanding, and the only real competition with it is Alibaba, which is China's version of it. And I talked in other videos, if China really capitalizes on it, it'll be a good opportunity to get into Alibaba because China's a billion plus population, where United States is only 300 million. So imagine an Amazon type service in China of over a billion people, how much money that can make. And you can actually buy Alibaba on this app too if you want it through the service, and it's also a good stock. It trends pretty well. Um, and if you've never seen Loyal 3 service before, I mean, you have about 50 or so of these stocks you can invest in here. They're all big name stocks, and when you buy and sell through this service, it doesn't buy and sell the second you hit that button. It does batch trading. So when there's a bunch of people that buy or that are buying that share this service, it'll do it all at once. That way, it makes it basically free trading. So it's a good little a good little app to get into. I personally like it because, like I said, I've made some good returns on it so far. And also Unilever, where I'm up 20%. Like I bought into it prior because the deal that Warren Buffett was going to buy the company for a multi-billion-dollar deal, but ultimately Unilever turned him down. And honestly, like right off the bat, I was thinking like, oh man, the stock's probably gonna go down. But to the contrary, it jumped up like 15% like in a day, which was awesome for me. But that kind of realized the fact that a big name like Buffett came in, offered that multi-billion-dollar deal, then ultimately got turned down. It just shows how big Unilever is, how strong that company is, and Unilever, the owner, thinks it can keep going and do more. So I haven't been able to add more to it because like it's up 20%. It's up so high, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to buy it when it's up 20%. Same thing with Amazon. I don't want to buy more when it's up 10%. But my Alphabet was up 3 or 4% when I initially bought it. Then it jumped down, so that's when I added more. So that's why my amount invested you see is 150 in Alphabet, and then these other three is only $100. The only laggard I really have is Intel in this, but it's only down 0.25%. So I mean it's fine. But back to kind of like the whole Google thing. If you guys are interested in buying it, like I said, might be a good time. It might dip down a little more, maybe to like 820 level, maybe a little lower. Just it might just be kind of making that support line around the 820 mark, because you could see it had this dip here, and it's possibly coming down to another dip here, and it had a couple dips in the past, like around 820, same thing. So it's kind of creating that support line now. If more bad news piles on, which I'm keep it real, I hope to God it does. The stock could go down more, and then I'm just gonna start adding more and more and more and more. The more it goes down, because I know Google's not going anywhere. It's too big of a company. It's got too much good things going for it. So it's not gonna just go bankrupt one day. But more than likely in the near future, maybe like next month, like it'll probably be back to its usual thing, and it'll start climbing up again. So if you all are interested, I'm not saying go out and buy it right now, but definitely think about it, and check other sources, other online content creators, other mainstream outlets. See if they're all saying the same thing. I've definitely seen it on some other videos, people talking about it. So I kind of want to put my own spin on it and make this video. But going forward, like I said, using the buy and hold strategy, ultimately that's what you want to do, is identify a few stocks that you really want to own, and then when it comes time to, or when there's like some type of scandal or bad earnings report or whatever, it's a good time to get in. Case in point, like I want to buy Facebook, but man, it's been going strong for a little bit. There's this nice little dip right here, but I'm just like, because if you look at it, it's coming up strong off of this low 115 dip. I'm thinking about it, honestly. I'm thinking about it right now. Just buying off this little teeny dip right here just to get into it. But I really want to wait. I think it's going to bounce back too quick. And then same thing with Microsoft. I want to get into that one as well. But again, I'm looking for that perfect dip. See, it's going kind of sideways right here. So I'm constantly eyeing them. I'm just keeping my eye on them. I'm not rushing it. I'm not trying to, I'm not banging my head against the wall waiting for that perfect opportunity. I'm just chilling out and relaxing. But in the meantime, like I said, I like tech stocks, so I'm interested in them. And if you all are too, like I said, right now, of the ones that I'm into, Google right now is probably the best bet. Like I said, just because this little incident that they're having with their YouTube service is kind of giving everybody a bit of a discount buy. It's not a huge discount buy, but it's definitely a bit of a discount buy to kind of get your feet wet and get in it, and get in on the service. But ultimately, what you all do with your money is totally your business. So I just wanted to give that little piece of my mind on that. But if you all have any questions and you want to follow up on this, by all means, ask me. I do my best to answer as many questions as I can. Anytime someone leaves me a comment, always, like and love that comment, because like it's motivating for me, and I appreciate it. And as always, if you do like and subscribe to my channel, it helps me grow, helps the community grow, and ultimately it gets more people in investing. And I get a lot of young investors, kind of upset that I show all this stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I really want to invest." I'm like, go paper trading, do other things, stay interested, and get all that preparation ready. So when you do turn 18 and you can sign up for a lot of these services, you'll be several steps ahead of the game compared to everyone else, and you'll be such a much better investor. So don't always look at like you can't do it, or if you're in another country. Like I'm in the United States, and I know some of these services aren't in other countries, but that doesn't mean you can't trade. You might have to use a different service. Don't just give up just because you can't have access to certain things that I do or certain trades that I do. Always look for those other avenues. Always look for those other opportunities. Don't just give up just because, one or two things don't go your way. I mean, recently I haven't been trading much penny stocks because I haven't been having, any big moves. I've been having little jumps, but I kind of took a break off of it, and I've been focusing on my other investments. But that doesn't mean I gave up on it altogether. I still eye them. I still check them out. I don't want to give up on that because I do like it. It's interesting. It's something I could do daily, and it keeps me in the game. But with that, I'm just gonna wrap it up right here. And as always, thank you all so much. I think one of my other videos the other day I saw was like around like 50,000 likes or 50,000 views, and I was just like, damn man, this channel is really growing. So I'm glad I could do this for everybody, and I'm glad it's helping everybody. That's ultimately the best part of this, is everybody benefits from it. That's really what I like and love. So thank you all so much for giving me that good feeling, and I appreciate it. So I'm rambling too much now, but I'm gonna cut it off here. So talk to you all in the next video.